Hey everybody, welcome back. Another video for you here. Got some gear to share with you. And I know in my last video I said that I was done with buying a bunch of the survival stuff. I feel like I've got an abundance of everything. I don't need 7 or 8 different ferro rods and ways to strike them and 52 ways to start fire. And because, I already have 50 ways to start fire. I don't need any more. But anyway, I've geared my focus more towards my hiking stuff. I enjoy hiking, and I'm trying to get the family more into it, and that means making it as comfortable for them as possible. And today, I usually talk about how you can get stuff cheaper, and it's sometimes just as good or, almost as good. But today I have something to show you that is it's a considerable difference. It really is a considerable difference in the two things I'm going to show you, even though they're the same thing, really. So what I want to start with is this. Well, I guess I'll start you with the cheaper one. So this is a Coleman self-inflating sleeping pad. This bag, it does have a nice feature that this bag you pack it in is actually attached to it, and it becomes a pillow. After you unroll the bag there, you can stuff it with clothes or whatever, and it becomes a pillow. I found this at Target. This was $30 at Target, and it seems like a pretty good deal. Let me go ahead and I'm not going to unroll it yet, and I'll show you why in a second. But I will take it out of here. So this opens up pretty wide, and it is attached to it. See that? And of course you could. If you wanted to, you could take them apart. But I'll show you in a minute why it's a good thing that it's attached. It's got this elastic band around it that holds it together. And this is, man, I unrolled this thing and checked it out actually before I bought it. And that is as small as you can roll it up. Okay? That's like, I squoze it as tight as I could and rolled it, got down on the ground in Target and rolled this thing up. And that's as small as I can get, which is not too bad. Not too bad of size. Let me show you what I have that's almost exactly the same thing. What I've got here is REI's Air Rail Plus. And I don't know if everybody out there knows what REI is. I don't think there's a whole lot of them. Recreational Equipment Incorporated. It's a co-op thing where members are owners or whatever. We get like points back when we spend money, and special sales that are only available to members, things like that. Anyway, it's just a little different than your Walmart. They specialize in outdoor stuff. They have a real big focus on hiking. But they do all kinds of outdoor stuff, not sports, just outdoor stuff. But this is the Air Rail Plus, okay? So this thing, self-inflating pad, 78 by 25 by 1.5 thick, 1 pound, 11 ounces. R value of 5. This is actually, if you're a hammock camper, you can stick this down inside your hammock, and it'll give you some insulation for sure. It's no underquilt, but it would keep you warmer. That's your typical warnings. But, it comes in a nice bag. And it's, I want to show you to start with. There's a considerable size difference there. Let me square this up to the camera so you can really see. Considerable size difference there. Even though, so the Air Rail is 78 by 25 by 1.5. The Coleman one is 76 by 22 by 1.5. So it is actually slightly smaller, but rolls up taller, bigger around. It's just bigger, rolled up completely. Another big difference in these is the cost. $30, like I said, $100. I actually got it on one of those members only sale things. I got 25% off of it, but normally $100. You could buy 3 of these for the cost of this. But look at the difference here. Now, the rest of it is kind of intriguing to me. I like this, and this is something I want to do was open them both up at the same time, because when I unrolled that Coleman one in the store, it seemed like it was taking a long time to inflate itself. It was doing it, but it was taking a long time. So the REI one here, and I guess this, we call this a review on the REI one. I've never done a video about this, but it's pretty nice. The self-inflating valve is not like your normal unscrew one. This This you take off, and you can take this part out and turn it around depending on whether you're inflating it or deflating it. So I need it this way because I'm inflating it. So I need it to be able to suck air in. Okay. All right. So I'm going to keep that closed for now while I get the band off the other one. It's a huge port there. And maybe I should have showed you better how that works. But it's just a valve in there. It's the valve when you know, it's a one-way valve. Rubber one-way valve. Camera won't focus on. There we go. That's better. Wow. Why won't you focus? Huh. It's not even trying. Anyway, whatever. Pop that back in. It really does just pop in there. I'm doing it with one hand, obviously. All right, so keep this closed for now. They are lashed together so you can't lose them. Okay, so this one, I gotta hold this down still and roll. This one is your more traditional, unscrew the little cap. It's got the vent holes in it. Oh, you can hear it already starting to suck air in. So let's take the band off of that one. And this is how I usually do my self-inflating path. I like to lay them down, and I'm gonna pop this top off, open this valve, and then we're just gonna kind of push it out and let it do its thing. And I feel like the REI one inflates a whole lot better than the thing. Now this Coleman one has what they call roll control system, and I believe that that's what these things on the side are. Right here, you can actually, it's like those things that hold your tent windows open. You hook it together so it stays closed while it's unfolding, or I'm sorry, while you're rolling it up. I guess that's what they're talking about. There's not a whole lot of instruction or anything about it. So let's see what they do about inflating here. So I can still hear the Coleman sucking in air. I feel like the REI has stopped. Huh. Alright, and then it's just a little. So 10 breaths there to completely inflate that by blowing it up. And you can see the rails on the side. Those are pretty nice, actually. Those are designed to just kind of help give you some support, keep you from rolling off your air mattress in the middle of the night. So after self-inflating as much as it would, it took me about 10 breaths. Let's see here. So that only took 6. And I feel like it's inflated all the way. Now, here we go with the storage bag. This is what I was talking about, how it becomes a pillow here. You kind of turn it inside out. Stuff your whatever in there, your clothes, whatever you want to stuff in there. Cinch it up. Draw it tight. And there you have your pillow. Of course, it would be stuffed with clothes or whatever. So that's really not such a bad deal that the storage bag does that. The REI one has nothing like that. Also, I didn't fully inflate this in the store. I wanted to see what it would do by itself, really. But the rails on it, although not as big and beefy, as you can see here, see the difference in the rails there. They go all the way down the pad. The REI ones stop about 18 or 20 inches short of the end there. However, this does not fold up as compactly. And another big kicker, Okay, this is the biggest one. This is the one that, this is the part that I struggled with. And I ended up buying that because my daughter needs one. Actually, both of my daughters, everybody needs one. But one of them in particular had a more uncomfortable night with sleep, at least she said, than everybody else. So, I'm going to get everybody the same thing, or relatively the same thing, a little bit at a time. But anyway, I needed one of these for now. But my big hang up between choosing that and getting another one of these, of course, I'd have to pay full price because that sale is over. The REI, the Air Rail Plus, 1 pound 11 ounces. Okay, the orange one here, 1 pound 11 ounces. The Coleman, 2.9 pounds. That's right, 2.9 pounds, almost twice as heavy, almost. So that was a big kicker because on the trail, of course, we don't do any 5-7 day hikes. We're doing overnights. I'll probably get them into a 2-day hike next, but or 2 nights, I guess I'd say 3 days of hiking. But it makes a big difference, really, when you're talking about, a pound more weight, a pound and some ounces more, because 2.9 pounds would be 2 pounds 14.4 ounces. So it's almost a pound and a half. It's a pound and 3 ounces more. So it's almost a pound and a quarter more. That's a pretty considerable difference, man. A pound of food is a lot. You could carry a lot more stuff for that 1 pound. And I also want to add in that the reason I like, what made me choose this particular pad and go with that particular pad, because they both have one quality in common. They both have foam inside them. So here's why I like that, because with a just air-filled pad, and the guy at REI pointed this out to me. Of course, he was a salesman, but he's got a good point. If you poke a hole in one that's just air-filled, it is no longer any good to you. You're sleeping on the ground after that. If you poke a hole in one of these, they still have foam inside them. You could still use it as a foam sleeping pad. It would not be as comfortable as one of even those cheap blue foam. Why can't I get out the word foam? Foam sleeping pads. But it would keep you off of the ground. An air one, poke a hole in it, and it's just an empty bag. It's useless. So that's a key thing to these two pads. They both have that in common. I usually carry more of the heavy stuff, and my wife and kids carry the lighter things. For instance, my daughter carried my sleeping pad along with her sleeping bag and stuff and a tent last time, because that's almost all she had, other than a few things here and there. I make them have a survival kit and a fire kit that stays with them in case they get separated. But other than that, that's kind of all she had. So I had all the cooking stuff and some of the food. My wife had some of the food, and we just spread it all out. But I carry most of the weight anyway. That's the point. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but there's your good comparison. $100 sleeping pad, $30 sleeping pad. You decide. I hope this helps you with that decision, and I hope I didn't ramble about it too much. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and keep watching for more videos, because I am slowly collecting better quality camping, or hiking, I should say, gear, backpacking gear, and I'm going to keep putting out videos about it. So thanks for watching. See you next time.